The way TikTok Shop affiliates make money has completely changed. I've made over $3 million in sales with TikTok Shop. I'm one of the only affiliates in the world who's hit six-figure profit months. And unlike your favorite coach or guru, I'm still doing this shit. Yesterday, I hit $1,700 profit in commission. But basically what I'm trying to say is I've been here since basically the conception of TikTok Shop. So I got to see it when it first started, and I'm seeing what we're heading towards with this new GMV Max era. And if you're still using old affiliate strategies, you're just gonna get left behind. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down exactly how me and my students are adapting to the current changes with TikTok Shop, and more importantly, how you can set yourself up so that you're able to make more than ever before. Because as you guys were just able to see, you can still make a shit ton of money with TikTok Shop. But that first starts with knowing what actually changed. Before TikTok's update, you were able to upload pretty much any video promoting whatever product without really any effort. And if you just kept on uploading, you would get results. You would get sales. Random kids could post low effort videos of freeze-dried candy and it would just blow up and make them thousands of dollars. There was never any downside to posting a low effort video. If you wanted, you could upload without having any real structure. Product selection didn't matter nearly as much as it does right now. And you could make pretty much any video and see some sort of sales. But if we're being real, you were never gonna hit those 10K months by doing that method. Maybe if you got like super lucky, but most of the time you were just making like 3 to 5K a month. You definitely weren't gonna hit any 100K profit months, that's for sure. But there was still plenty of room for these new creators to make some sort of money. That is no longer the case with this new GMV Max era that we're in. Now TikTok will punish you if you don't have a clear content strategy where your videos actually get conversions. You want to be thinking of GMV Max as TikTok Shop's new algorithm. It now determines which products get visibility and which videos are going to rank. And it also decides which videos are never going to see the light of day. So to quickly explain what even is GMV Max. At the end of the day, GMV Max only cares about conversions. It only cares about what videos are going to make the brands money. Think of it like a big piece of pie, okay? The way that it used to work, these brands would be spending money on advertisements, and a lot of the times they just wouldn't get any results with their ad spend. And so what TikTok decided to do is say, hey, you know, we have the smartest algorithm in the entire world, which they do. Why don't we use our AI to find the creators and the videos that are making you the most amount of money? You give us your ad spend and we're gonna allocate it to that content that is in turn gonna make you the most amount of sales. That way the brand doesn't have to worry about picking specific videos and potentially failing, but now basically they put $1,000 in GMV Max and they have a guaranteed return, because that's how damn smart the new algorithm is. On the product side of things, only products that are being pushed out by GMV Max are getting pushed right now. So how does this tie back into you as an affiliate? Well, if you don't know how to choose products that are being pushed out by GMV Max, well, you're gonna end up earning literally nothing. But the good news is I'm gonna show you exactly how creators like myself are still profiting $1,000 days from this. So how do we actually identify GMV Max products? Finding a product that can truly scale is one of the most important steps of being an affiliate. Personally, I've made multiple six figures in profit from just one product. So I think that alone shows you how critical of a part of the process this really is. But you can't just scroll on your For You page and hope to just stumble upon that winning product. You need to choose them based on data. And so you need to be looking for videos that have that sponsored post right on the bottom of them. This is TikTok's way of showing that it is backed by GMV Max ads. I would also highly implore you to use tools like Calodata or the Daily Virals. They actually have specific sections where you can go and see which videos are being pushed out by GMV Max. And also anytime you see a video and it has the little blue or orange button that says ad on it, that means it's being pushed out by advertisements. Now that already helps narrow down your product selection quite a bit, but now you need to focus on products with real potential to go viral. Because to actually stand out, you need products that tap into a real desire or solve a specific pain in someone's life. That emotional connection is exactly what drives conversions. For example, if you're promoting some sort of teeth whitening product, it's never the ingredients that you're gonna wanna sell. That's not why people fucking buy these teeth whitening products. You need to tap into their insecurities. They wanna be able to smile while they're out in public. They wanna be able to smile in photos. They don't wanna have to cover their mouth every time they laugh. These are those little things that you need to be mentioning in your marketing if you actually want them to buy. So when you are filtering through these GMV Max products, you need to also understand the emotional outcome that you need to create for the buyer. Some other criteria I like to look for, besides it being backed by GMV Max, is making sure that your product has over 4 stars. And this way the customer actually likes the product. You're not gonna get returns and then your commission refunded. So good reviews for obvious obvious reasons. Again, like we mentioned, to make sure it has a clear emotional appeal or creates some sort of desire or solve someone's specific pain in their life. You want to make sure that the product has solid commissions as well. If you pick products that have really bad commissions, I'm talking anywhere from like 50 cents to $1, it's so much harder to scale a product like that. But let's say a product that I've recently been promoting, it's a speaker from JBL. It's like $15 per sale. And so I think I sold like 100 of them the other day. And so right off the bat, that is so much easier to scale instead of choosing something with only $1 in commission. So it just makes your life easier when it comes to scaling to those big months. You also want to make sure that the product is a very visual, like you can actually demonstrate it in your content. This is why I try to avoid products like food or one-time use products. There was this one product that went really viral, and it's just like this mold that you put your hands in with like your daughter, your girlfriend, and basically makes a mold out of your hands. And while it's a really cute product, and I'm sure that single video crushed for the person that was making it, you can really only make that video one time. So that's why I avoid products like one-time use products or food related items, because as soon as you finish the snack, well, you can't make any more videos about it. So that's something that not a lot of people touch on. Make sure that your product can be demonstrated visually multiple times. And this is exactly how I've been able to stay ahead while so many other affiliates gave up or quit because of this new GMV Max era that we're in. And this is also why the top percentage of creators who are inside of 7-Figure Affiliate and work with me personally have not been stressed about the new update. Inside 7-Figure Affiliate, the people that I mentor are not just keeping up, but they're actually earning more from TikTok Shop now than before the GMV Max update rolled out. I mean, we just had our client Nico hit an $18,000 profit month last month. We helped our boy Chris hit a $30,000 profit month in Q4. We helped Alexander most recently with his Spanish content. He hit a $15,000 profit month. We helped Alberto hit an $11,000 profit month. We helped Hugo hit an $11,000 profit month. But I'm telling you, once they locked in on the systems that we teach inside of 7-Figure Affiliate, they were able to rinse and repeat for consistent profits. So if you're serious about staying ahead on TikTok Shop and want to grow alongside some of the top performing affiliates on the entire platform, click the top link inside of the description to apply. Now let's get into the final part of TikTok that has changed. And if you don't make this adjustment, even with the right product, GMV Max will not push out your content at all. So we're going to talk about how to actually adapt your TikTok content. Before the update, you could post almost any kind of content and see some sort of results. But today, if you're not following a basic content structure, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to fail. I've been noticing for a while that TikTok is now pushing more concise, shorter videos with higher conversion intent, meaning that if your videos do not lead to sales, you can say goodbye to getting your content pushed out on the FYP. But don't worry, the content structure is actually pretty simple to follow, and it's the same framework that I've used to help my students scale consistently without fail. But seriously, when you are creating your content, here's what you always want to focus on. The most important part of your videos is going to be that hook, the first 3 seconds. How are you going to get someone to stop scrolling, and how are you going to keep their attention for the rest of the video? Throughout your video, understand that nobody cares about random product details. They don't want to be flooded with information. They want to feel what it's going to be like when they have that product in their life. Like I promise, people do not care that your skincare is from Korea. They care that their cystic, painful acne is going to be gone forever, and they're not going to have a pepperoni face anymore. Make sure to speak directly to their pain points. This is why it's also so important to identify your avatar, which means who is the person that you're speaking to behind the camera. You should always have someone specific in mind. This way you know exactly what they're struggling with, what's their dream situation, and you know exactly what to say about your product. I'd recommend cutting every 3 to 5 seconds to hold that retention, and always include a call to action that creates urgency, a CTA that is going to get someone to buy right now. So yesterday I made $1,700 in profit. It was mainly from one single video, and obviously we're in the midst of Black Friday week. What was my CTA? Make sure you grab it for their Black Friday sale. It can be something as simple as that. You don't have to overthink it. And obviously it helps if you're actually being honest. If you're just like, hey, it's on sale because whatever the fuck, then people aren't really going to believe that. But it is literally Black Friday week. That's why people are buying so much right now. And then finally, once you have found what works in your videos, this is exactly where you double down. As soon as I found that speaker that was cooking for me, I made 30, 40, 50 videos on the same exact speaker. Why would I go over here or see what little Julanita's doing over there and be like, oh, I need to do that product. I need to do that video style. Like, fuck no, I have something that's working for me right now. So I'm going to keep doing more of that. And that's how you start getting pushed out by GMV Max, just like all of the top creators inside of 7-Figure Affiliate. Now, even if you're just getting started, you can still see amazing results. People who came to me literally suck at $1,000, $2,000 months. Just like Chris, we helped him hit a $30,000 profit month purely with Spanish Spanish content. And we did the same for Nico. He hit an $18,000 profit month. He does English content. He's a killer. Or like how we helped Alexander hit a $15,000 profit month. We actually shot an interview on the channel. We have so many other amazing case studies and testimonials that you can go through on the website 7-Figure Affiliate. And I just want to mention, guys, like if you want to work with one of the best affiliates in the world, because I'll call myself that, you can't name anybody else that's hit 6-figure profit months and is still doing this shit. Again, like I mentioned earlier in the video, so many people fell off after this GMB Max update, and I'm still able to rip $1,000 profit days. And it's because I'm always willing to learn, I'm always willing to adapt and seek what's working right now. So if you're ready to start working with me directly inside of 7-Figure Affiliate, click that top link inside of the description to apply. I hope to see you in there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day.